In the headlines, collation of governorship election results set to resume. Jubilation in Kano as NNPP candidate declared winner of election. State government imposes curfew. Governors of Bauchi and Nasarawa states win second term in keenly contested election. And on the foreign scene, Getachew appointed as new interim leader of Ethiopia. Hello and welcome to News Updates on Trust TV. I am Sagir Ibrahim. Hello and welcome once again. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, will resume collation of the Adamawa State governorship election results from local government areas until noon. Prof. Mohammed Mele, State Collation Officer, and Yakubu Ari, the State Resident Electoral Commissioner, REC, announced this on Monday after collation of results from 20 out of the 21 local government areas. He said that the exercise was postponed to enable verification of results from Fufore local government area, which were snatched. Shortly before the shift, two agents of the leading parties in the election, People's Democratic Party and All Progressives Congress APC, urged INEC to ensure justice in collation of the results before declaration. Security agencies were also deployed to major roads in the state capital to ensure security, following a protest by majority of protesters in the metropolis after the adjournment. We will now join Aaron at Sahel, Trust TV's correspondent in Adamawa State, for updates. Aaron, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Aaron, what's the update so far in Adamawa State? What are we hearing? What do we know so far?
We are right here at the State Collation Center where results from Fufore is still yet to be announced. So, but the collation was supposed to start by 12 noon and this is already past 12. So we're still waiting for the arrival of the Resident Electoral Commissioner and the State Collation Officer from the state. So although there are so much security agencies out here trying to keep the place calm, even as yesterday in the night we have witnessed several clashes from youth across the state. So, but we're still waiting for the results from Fufore right now, for the verification from the State Collation Office.
All right, talk to us about security. We hear there's been a bit of tension over there in Adamawa State. What about security agents and what about the protesters? Has the issue been resolved?
Yes, so far the state is calm. The security have been built already everywhere. The state is currently on shutdown. There are no vehicle movement and we're just waiting. And you know, last night after the announcement of two local government, which is Song and Michika, you know, the state, I mean, they right after closing of the day, you know, trying to get out of the premises of INEC where angry youths mobilized themselves to stop him. So that was where we had some kind of clashes between the police and the police and the angry who have stopped the Resident Electoral Commissioner from going out of the place.
All right, thank you very much, Aaron, for that update. We'll reconnect with you later to get more information as it develops. Away from that, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has declared the candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party, Abba Kabir Yusuf, as winner of the March 18 governorship election in Kano State. The state returning officer, Professor Doko Ibrahim, who is also the Vice Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, said Yusuf polled 1,019,602 votes to defeat APC candidate and incumbent Deputy Governor of the state, Yusuf Gawuna, who scored 892,705 votes.
I, Professor Ahmed Doko Ibrahim, hereby certify that I am the returning officer for the 2023 Kano State governorship election held on the 18th day of March 2023. The election was contested. The candidates received the following votes. that Yusuf Abba Kabir of NNPP, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected.
Also, residents of Kano came out in their numbers to celebrate the declaration of the candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party, Abba Kabir Yusuf, as winner of the governorship election, despite a curfew imposed by the state government. Kano State Government on Monday imposed a dawn-to-dusk curfew to avoid breakdown of law and order following tensions generated from the collation of results of the governorship and state assembly elections. He said the decision was to prevent hoodlums from causing chaos in the already tensed situation. Trust TV's Idris Jibrin has updates.
Well, it's been less than an hour since the governorship election result was announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission here in Kano. I can say that it's celebration time for the people of Kano State. You can see that few minutes after the result was announced, supporters of the New Nigeria People's Party have taken over the entire streets of Kano metropolis, celebrating the success of their elections. And you can see behind me how people are coming out from everywhere celebrating the success of the election. However, the information we are getting right now is that the Kano State government has equally declared a dusk-to-dusk curfew preventing people from going out. In a statement released by the State Commissioner of Information, Malam Muhammad Garba, says that the idea to declare the curfew is to ensure that there is no violence and there is no total breakdown of law and order. But then people have turned out en masse to celebrate the success of the election that was just declared by the Independent National Electoral Commission here in Kano. And so far, I can report that we have not had any case of violence since the result was announced. What we have seen on the street of Kano, a massive celebration and jubilation by the people of Kano State here today.
Still in Kano, suspected hoodlums have set the residence of popular Kano political singer Rabiu Kahutu Rarara on fire barely an hour after the declaration of the Kano State governorship election won by NNPP candidate Abba Kabir Yusuf. Rarara is also a known APC supporter and its candidate. An eyewitness, Yusuf Abdullahi, said the thugs invaded the house and started destroying valuables and setting it on fire. However, minutes after, policemen were mobilized and dispersed the thugs. But the fire was still raging as fire servicemen were expected at the scene. And still talking politics, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has declared the candidate of the People's Democratic Party and incumbent governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed, as winner of the 2023 governorship election in the state. Declaring the results, Bauchi State governorship election returning officer Professor Abdul Karim Sabo Mohammed at INEC office on Monday in Bauchi said the PDP candidate, Bala Mohammed, polled 525,280 votes to defeat the APC candidate, Air Marshal Sadiq Baba Abubakar, who scored 433,272 votes. He said the candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party, Senator Haliru Jika, came third and scored 60,496 votes.
PDP 525,280. 525,280. PDP, having satisfied the requirement of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected. Thank you.
We're now joined by Trust TV's Adamu Imam for updates. Hello, Adamu, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you please bring us up to speed about the situation over there in Bauchi?
Okay. At the moment, we have just witnessed the declaration of the governorship election held on Saturday here in Bauchi State, which you all know that the incumbent governor, Bala Abdulkader Mohammed, has declared the winner of the contest after defeating other 14 candidates in a keenly contest. Already we know that the Bauchi governorship election has come and gone already, but with a lot of enthusiasm, and then calling from one angle to another that probably the election is going to be tough. And we have witnessed the process from the beginning to the end. And eventually the incumbent governor defeated all the. And then the first issue is the candidate of the All Progressive Congress, which is retired Baba Sadiq Abubakar, retired soldier, retired officer, Air Force officer. He made comments about the worry of the election, that the results that he have started seeing right from the onset, even before finishing collation and everything. He said that there was a lot of irregularities happening in the Bauchi local government, which is a wider, very large ward here in Bauchi State, which comprises a lot of units. That's what makes the delay of the announcement of results even yesterday when they started the collection.
Okay, Adamu, let's talk about word on the street now. In Kano, we are hearing that there's been a sort of a jubilation and also a bit of a breakdown of law and order following the breakdown of law and order where, a popular musician's house was burnt down. And also in Adamawa, we heard there's been a bit of a protest, even though, the result has not been announced yet. In Bauchi, what's the situation so far? Has there been any form of protest?
No, not really. The issue of security is quite normal here in Bauchi because there are heavy security everywhere in the state capital. Which deployed between the police security outfit as well as the civil defense and the soldiers. They are going around from one end to another to make sure that the peace maintained, even before the announcement of the result and even after now. And from the look of things, the jubilation started erupting because, particularly from the PDP supporters, the governor have won his re-election bid to continue or to go for second time. So the mood of the town now is quite peacefully, no problems of insecurity breaches here and there. But only you can hear is jubilation from one end to another, leading to the government house at the moment here.
All right, thank you so much, Adamu Imam, for that update. We'll touch base with you later as subsequent events unfold.
All right.
And in Katsina State, Dikko Umar Rada of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, has been declared winner of last Saturday's governorship election in Katsina. The INEC Chief Returning Officer in Katsina, Professor Muazu Abubakar Gusau, in his declaration said Dikko Rada, having scored the highest number of votes in Saturday's elections, is declared winner. Abdullahi Yamadi was at the Katsina Coalition Center and now reports.
Umaru Dikko Rada of the APC, having satisfied the requirement of the law, is hereby declared winner and is returned elected.
The winner of the governorship election, Dikko Umar Rada, scored 859,892 votes to defeat his closest rival, Senator Yakubu Lado Dambarki of the PDP, who scored 486,620 votes. The All Progressives Congress (APC) took 32 state assembly seats, leaving PDP with only one, while the result of state assembly seat for Kankia local government was declared inconclusive. Beyond that, the results of 88 polling units were cancelled across the 34 local government areas of the state, largely due to violence, insecurity, and overvoting.
The number of registered voters in Katsina gubernatorial election stands as 3516719. Number of accredited voters 1399291.
Some party agents at the collation center commended INEC for a successful process in the state.
I felt highly delighted today to have won the
Lagos State, Lagos Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of the All Progressives Congress has been declared winner of Saturday's governorship election in the state. He polled 762,134 votes to defeat his close rival candidate of the Labour Party, Gbadebo Rose-Vivour, who polled 312,329 votes to secure his second term of 4 years in office as the governor of the state. Returning officer for the governorship election, Professor Adenike Oladiji, the Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, said apart from Governor Sanwo-Olu and the Labour Party, who came first and second, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Abdulaziz Olajide Adediran, came a distant third with 64,449 votes. We're now joined by Bello Musa, who is currently at the Kaduna State Collation Center to give us more updates. Hello, Bello.
Well, the collation center is calm and peaceful, and the collation resumed by 12 p.m. Today. Yesterday, around 11 p.m., the collation, because there were no local government on ground, so they had to shift it to today, that is 12 p.m. And so far, we are still waiting for more local government to come in, though the administrative secretary of the INEC, because there is no substantive resident electoral commissioner of the commission in Kaduna. It is the administrative secretary that is overseeing the affairs of the INEC. Now, the party's agents and other stakeholders are converging here on INEC headquarters in Kaduna, and any moment from now, in the next 1 hour, the collation will resume. There are only 4 local government results that are yet to be declared, which is Kachia, Bulnungwari, Lere, and Kudan. The security present is well encouraging because even within the metropolis, every strategic location you see presence of security agencies, mostly combined. The police, the civil defense, and other security agencies. Even here at the Secretariat of the INEC in Kaduna, the presence of security is encouraging. And even the road that will lead to the entrance of the Secretariat has been blocked since yesterday by the combined security agencies, the police, the military, the civil defense, and the DSS. So the security arrangement is good here at the headquarters and within the metropolis.
You're watching News Update on Trust TV. Still to come, an observer election assessment.
documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back. If you're just joining, you're watching News Update on Trust TV. Now recap of our major stories. Collation of governorship election results set to resume. Jubilation in Kano as NNPP candidates declared winner of election. State government imposes curfew. Moving on to other stories, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has also declared Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State as the winner of the governorship election held on Saturday, March 18, 2023 in the state. The governor defeated his close rival David Umbagadu of People's Democratic Party (PDP) by a margin of 62,000 to emerge victorious. Umar Mohammed completes the story.
In the result announced early hours of Monday morning by the State Coalition Returning Officer, Governor Sule scored a total votes of 347,209 as against Umbagadu's 283,016 votes, and having certified all the requirements, he was declared the winner of the governorship election in Nasarawa State. Daily Trust reports that the ruling party led in 7 out of the 13 local government areas in the state, while the People's Democratic Party won 6.
My name is Professor Tanko Ishaya, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Jos, and the State Returning Officer for the governorship election for Nasarawa State. Having satisfied the requirements and having received the total votes of 347,209 votes by the APC, with the candidate Sule Audu Alhaji is hereby returned and declared the winner of the governorship election in Nasarawa State.
Local election observers in Katsina State described widespread vote buying by political actors as the major impediments to governorship and state assembly elections. The election observers said that voter inducement, especially at polling units levels, nearly marred the process. Abdullahi Yamadi interacts with some election observers at INEC Coalition Center in the state and sent in this report.
These election observers put a question mark on the process marred by irregularities occasioned by voter inducement in most cases.
We have seen, cases of vote buying and voters inducement using, food items and clothing materials. I have seen it with my naked eyes.
Absolutely. This time around, the vote buying is too rampant and it's everywhere. We have seen a lot of vote buying in the polling units, which is against the 2023 electoral law. And the issue of voter inducement is within the political parties. They have the people that they call as the mobilizers. I think I interviewed some of the mobilizers. They told me they are out to induce voters to come out and vote.
Though there are complaints that the voter inducements that characterized the election were done in the presence of security operatives, the election observers are, however, satisfied with other aspects of the elections.
The security situation is very okay because the election was generally peaceful. If you remember, Katsina is one of the security compromised states, and there were so many insinuations earlier that the election will not be such peaceful. But honestly, we must thank God for making this election, peaceful throughout the period.
This election observer says the governorship and state assembly elections can generally be adjudged to be peaceful. The battle to Muhammadu Buhari House in Katsina is more intense between Diko Umar Radda of the ruling APC and Senator Yakubu Lado Damarki of the main opposition PDP. Coalition at the state INEC headquarters had commenced, and the process, which will eventually culminate into declaration of winner of the election.
Cancellation. No cancellation. And anywhere where voting did not hold at all? No, sir. Okay, so all is 100%? Yes, sir. Okay. Stakeholders, any observation?
Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
And on the foreign scenes, the dominant party in Ethiopia's northern Tigray region has nominated its spokesperson, Getachew Reda, to lead a regional interim government established by a peace agreement that ended a 2-year war in the area. In a conflict that killed tens of thousands of people, the Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF, fought Ethiopian forces and their allies. After a string of battlefield victories by federal troops, a truce was reached last November. If the federal government approves Getachew's nomination, which was reported by the TPLF-controlled Tigray TV, he will succeed TPLF leader Debretsion Gebremichael, who has governed Tigray since 2018. It is unclear, however, when the federal government will make a decision on Getachew's candidature or when the interim administration will be established. Still on foreign news, the Chinese government has condemned the killing of 9 Chinese nationals at a mining site in the Central African Republic, where a civil war is currently raging. And the president of China, Xi Jinping, called on Monday for the perpetrators to be severely punished. Gunmen stormed a Chinese-operated gold mining site that had recently been launched in Central African Republic, killing 9 Chinese nationals and wounding 2 others on Sunday. The rebel coalition, initially blamed by some for the attack, put out a statement later in the day. Without providing evidence, it accused Russian mercenaries from the Wagner Group of being behind the violence. The attack early Sunday came just days after gunmen kidnapped 3 Chinese nationals in the country's west near the border with Cameroon, prompting President Faustin Archange Touadéra to plan a trip to China in a bid to reassure investors. And with that, we've come to the end of Trust News Update at this hour. Do well to follow us across all our media platforms. I'm Sagir Ibrahim. Thanks for watching.